We a lot of things are going on. I mean, I think if someone was on our site recently, we have obviously the new drops with the October drops. We have the smelling salts. But one thing I wanted to kind of jump into a little deeper is the blemish bars.
Yes.
Which I think is a really cool addition to, what the offerings that we have on the website, because it's something that we've seen other people do in the past, but I think to be able to offer our bars that are, get ding, get this, get that. I don't know if you want to talk about that. How that kind of came into fruition.
Yeah, I guess that's probably because I got enough bars in the gym now. I really don't need any more.
Yeah. Is that where the blemish bars went before?
That's usually where they go, is the blemish bars that we have on the site. It's the multi-bar and the iron cowboy bar, I believe.
Yep.
The EFS power bar that's not there yet. There's a lot of things that aren't there as of now because we don't really get those back. So, and the blemish thing it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand why anybody would ever return a bar because it has a blemish, but I do and I don't. Like, I want my bars fucking used and beat up.
Yeah, right.
If it's too new, I don't want to use it. And some of the, God, I can go on forever about that.
Let it rip.
Some people, they're customers. So, if they don't like the blemishes, then you take it back. You do what you have to do. But I've had some sent back, and I'm looking at like,
where is it?
I don't really understand what this is. Like, fuck it, And so for a while with the blemish bars, I like more bars. It's like, well, fuck it, don't keep it, because send it back and we'll get you another one.
Yeah, we'll get you what you need.
Whatever you need, and we'll take care of that. But I would bring it in and inspect it, because sometimes there's blemishes, which is one thing. Sometimes there's other ones that are warranty issues where bars would be bent and stuff like that. And the manufacturers we had before 2020 weren't very helpful if there was a defect in a bar, a real defect. It was basically always came back to us, with them just saying, nope, fuck you. And I'm like, well, you're the one with the lifetime warranty, but you really don't, but now I do. And so that was interesting because they would come back and I'd be the one to inspect them. I'd be like, I'm looking at this and it's like, dude, you dropped this fucking thing on a box, or this is bent from a pin pull. It's fucking obvious. It's all worn out from what this is.
On it already, yeah.
And so it was rare that there was anything really ever wrong with that. And then not so many years ago, it's 5 years ago, the blemish thing started. It really confused the shit out of me. It really did. And it took Matt and Nate, our sales reps, to be able to say, Dave, look, a lot of these guys, are putting it in their home gym and they want it pristine. And
that's, as a former home gym owner, I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, like
it's a tool.
It's a tool. You're right. It's like, okay, if you buy a band pack, right? You're going to have to buy more bands eventually.
Yes.
Bars are definitely different. It's a greater expense, but at the end of the day, like it's okay to run through a bar. Like it's okay to get a bar to now it's a rack pull bar.
Yeah.
And you get another one.
It has its own evolution, but this is a fun fact. I have never in my life ever done anything maintenance wise to any of the bars that I have. Never. Nothing. The biggest maintenance I've ever done is taking the wire brush, which I guess you're not supposed to use, to get the chalk out of the deadlift bar to make it a little easier to grab.
You're not supposed to use that?
You're supposed to use it because it might wear the knurling down.
Oh, okay.
But anyhow, that's it. And usually if the squat bar bends, usually it's not a squat bar, or it was bent for something else created that bend. Then, like you said, it just becomes your pin pull bar. You write pin pull on it, and then you just use that until it falls apart, which I've had like 2 bars fall apart in 20 fucking years. And now granted, I got fucking 180 bars. So how many times is the same bar, it's being used?
You know what though? Like we're pretty consistent with the bars we use.
It's always on the bench.
It's always there.
So you don't change it. But getting back to the blemish bars, we never really had a very good way to sell them. So they would, the way that our website was constructed before this one, granted, we're still dealing with a lot of little.
It's getting way better though. It's way better.
But we have more opportunities to do things like that with this one. And over a period of time, there will be other blemish things. Like we just got a couple of yoke bars back, and it's fucked up because some of them, if it comes back and the packaging can't be reused, I'm like, well, fuck it, just stick it in the weight room,
right?
Because I don't want to package it all again. I mean, so, and it's blemished, so some of those end up here, and they're rare because I do remember, because there was 4 that came back this week, and I asked Rhonda, like, is there something going on?
Is there a bigger fuck up somewhere
that I don't know? Because normally we get like 1 yoke bar back every 3 months. I mean, it's very, very
That's such
rare.
a small percentage of how many go out the door.
Yeah, it's super rare. And it's like, wow, this is 4. Like, did we fuck something? Is something fucked up here that I don't know about? Completely coincidental. So if we sold more, we might have more come. I don't really know what it is, but those are up there. I don't know why. I haven't dug deep enough to know why people don't send back blemished EFS power bars. I just think it's a different demographic that's buying it, because the knurling is really sharp. You know, so I'm going to just guess that the people that want a bar that has really sharp knurling probably aren't going to give a fuck about the blemishes,
right?
If there are blemished, or the other fact could be there's never been a blemish on any of those bars, which I freaking doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny when you say the word blemish, you think like, okay, like a scuff or like a discoloration, if it's like potentially like a Cerakote bar or something you have or whatever. But I mean, and this is probably even more rare, of like the knurling being different on like one side or the other. Like, you know what I mean?
Those people are rare though.
Yeah.
They are rare. For us, they're rare because our volume isn't that high.
Yeah. It's not like they're just cranking out thousands and thousands of them, you know?
I used to, one of our team members, before he came onto the team, used to work for the biggest competitor, or the biggest company in the industry,
right?
Who happens to be in Ohio. And this is not anything bad about them, because they sell a ass load of bars. They probably sell more bars in 2 days than we sell in a year.
Sure.
And his job was to inspect the bars that came back in. And think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
His full-time job was inspecting the bars when they came back in. That's it. Like 40 hours a week, every week. And I mean, there's legitimate, there's some things that get fucked up in shipping and stuff like that. Things that shouldn't go out that probably end up going out. I mean, it's just business, things happen. But he was saying, like most of them, he would sit there and look and look and look and have to pull out a magnifying glass.
Yeah, no shit.
And it's like, wow. So that's why years ago they started selling the blemish bars, because what are you going to do? I mean, if you imagine that many coming back, you can recycle. I mean, what the hell? But there's a point where
it's like the shipping alone, you're just eating away into anything, not even profit, just everything you've ever put into that bar is gone.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Just give that shit away for free.
Yeah.